Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to show you one of my favorite drills that I use to teach my team some perimeter basketball defense. Yes, this works against man-to-man defenses as well as zone defenses, so stay tuned. So hello everyone, my name is Alan, and on this channel, if you're new, on this channel I show you basketball plays, drills, and skills. So if you like that stuff, hit the like button and subscribe. If you're wondering why I might look different today, my allergies are killing me today. Eyes are red, eyes are itchy as anything, nose is plugged up, not too bad right now, that's why I'm recording. But anyways, getting back into the video, today I'm going to show you how I teach the perimeter defense in basketball. So basically, first of all, you need to have your player know where most, if not all, the players are on the court. So his head has to be on a swivel, being able to see everybody on the court. And if he's not on the ball, he needs to be obviously a few steps back, knowing where his players are, the ball as well as his player. He better be pointing with them at both of those players with his fingers. That way his hands are out to steal the ball, as well as he does know where the ball and his player actually are. So let's get down to the clipboard and let me show you the drill that I use to teach my players perimeter basketball defense. Okay, so I have here the defense as well as the off-ball players and my point guard, or at least the player with the ball. Now, let's say for the sake of argument, player 5 here is defending player 3. This is his man either in zone, matchup zone, or in man-to-man defense. Now, what he has to do, what we're going to do anyways, these 3 players on the outside, they are going to be passing the ball back and forth with each other, while this player number 5, is going to be reacting to that. So basically, we're going to start with player 3 passing to player 1, and what we want is player 5 to backpedal, always backpedal, never turning around and running. He is backpedaling. That way, he can keep his eyes on player 3 as well as player 1. That way, he knows where everybody is. Now, this works pretty good for help defense. This also works pretty good if the player was down just a bit lower in a zone defense, as this would be his zone. So what we are teaching is just off-ball defense. So he's going to take 2 steps or 1 step away, which would be to about the elbow here. He would have his hands out knowing where his players are, so that his hands are in the passing lanes as well as knowing obviously where his players are again. Now if the ball gets passed back around, he's going to come up and then backpedal back down over there, still shadowing both players. And this way we are learning off-ball defense. That way he can get those steals. Now to accelerate this drill, to get it kind of more competitive or just the next step up, once your players kind of figure this out, what you can do is have 2 players up top, and then at this time you would have player 5 guarding player 2. Now what you want is, this is more or less teaching a zone defense. We would have player 2, we would also have the coach, so we can call him the Mr. Referee, and we can have player 2 driving towards the rim. Now, because it's a zone defense and we're learning perimeter defense on the zone defense, basically player 2 will be driving. Once player 5 gets down to between the free throw line and that first block, we want him to stop. Player 2 is going to continue through. He is still going to be taking a step back so that he knows there's a player up there. There's also my player who was my player down there. We don't have to worry about post defense. What's going to happen? Player 2 is going to pass out to the coach. This player is going to come over. This player is going to come in. Now, what the coach could say is switch, which means that now player 5, he is recovered back up. Let's say the line's over here. We're going to have player 3 pass to player 1. Player 5 needs to beat player 1 before he gets down to that key. That way, we're now teaching help defense. Like if he was way over here, the recovery. So when the coach says switch, player 1's going to get that ball. He's going to start driving. Player 5 needs to know his timing as to where he needs to cut off player 1. And now, depending on if you're a coach that allows contact in your practice, you could teach your player to take a charge or to contest that shot, depending on what type of coach you are. Now, personally, if I'm teaching them how to take a charge, there's other ways of doing it that have less risk. However, personally, if they know that they're going to be taking a charge, player 1 doesn't have to run full-fledged into him. He can just kind of bounce off so that player 5 just gets nudged a bit so he learns how to fall properly. Now, if you are a non-contact coach and you want him to contest that shot, he can try and beat the player there, and he can contest it with his hands up. Anyways, those are some great drills that you can run as a coach that will teach your players perimeter defense. Now, even if you've got a center who's like 6'8", I still teach them perimeter defense because they may not always be a center. They also may be able to play, or maybe having to play out at the perimeter in some time, either in the future or currently, depending on if a player needs to switch off or that a switch just happens magically. They need to know how to play the full game everywhere on the court. So anyways, as always, I do post new videos every single day, so I will see you guys again next time, which would be tomorrow. Hey, basketball coaches, so basically my defense book, it's a defense that is created by myself and tested by many, many different teams. Everyone loves it. As far as I know, everything I have gotten back is great news. Basically, everything from the free throw line and under is a double team. Everything up top is single coverage. If you want to check out this book, go to the link below. It is called The Unbeatable Basketball Defense. Hello, so if you have liked this video, click over here to subscribe, or maybe over here, depending on which side I put it on. I don't know yet. Anyways, also, the opposite direction or the opposite side is another video you may like. So I hope to see you again in one of those next videos. Yeah.